Okay, this video is going to show you how to change the speed of your trackball and a spinner, and it depends on which one you're using. Okay, so if you're using this one, it's going to be control pad 3. If you're using the other one, the one that I bought, this one is going to be the controller pad 2. Okay, so just remember that this is 2, that's 1, and this is 3. Okay, now it depends which emulator is running. So once you're inside the game, we are trying to configure where those button 7 and button 8 will work. And we're also going to talk about the sensitivity, where you could increase the sensitivity. That's one of the questions that somebody have asked me. Okay, so this one apparently is running 2003, I believe. So to get into the setup from the emulator, the Mame 2003, they got it set up where this image, the 32 gig image, which I expanded to, this one is 128. Right now, this one I don't have any extra game. This one is just because the other one I'm transferring data right now. So once the data is all tested, I will see how big it is. If it will fit on 128, I will move all the tested ROM into this one, 128 gig. This one is a 128 gig hack. So to get to the bio, not to the bio, but they call it dip switch menu, is you press the L button and R button, the L1, R1, same time. Okay, now if you want to go to the retro, it's different. Retro, you have to press the start button and then the middle button to go to the retro. But for this game, we are going to use this. Okay, now if you are using 2010, then you have to use the keyboard and you will have to press the tab key, and we will have to find one that when you press the tab key, then this menu will pop up. Okay, so I have the keyboard, everything all plugged in, 2 controller all plugged in as well. All right, so we're going to zoom into this, and let me get the screen zooming, and then we're going to talk about the differences of this. Okay, so if you have, so if you wanted to control the sensitivity, then you will have to go to the analog controller. So now the button pushing is a little bit different. Normally we press the A button to enter and B button to get out, but in this screen is opposite. This button is to enter and this is to get out. Okay, so if I want to enter to this screen, I press this button. If I want to get out, I press this button to get out. Okay, this is get out and go in. So we're going to go into the analog controller, and here is the part where you could set up the sensitivity. So when we was playing the game, for example, let me go ahead and start the game. Okay, the spinner doesn't go all the way around. Okay, so I'm going to press the B button, and I'm going to increase this to 36. So let's try the spin again. It only spin one time. I want to able to spin 2 times. Okay, let's do 50. We can't test it now because the game is over. So, okay, and I think I'm going to change this to, I think I remember changing this to 75. And then this one, let's try 40, see what happens. Okay. And then I'm gonna press the insert and start again, just to test the button. Okay, so I'm gonna spin the spinner again. That away. Wow, that's not good. It's not doing correctly. All right, let's try like that. Okay. It's not spinning the full round. So let's make this. All right, let's try that. Some reason it's not spinning as smooth as I wanted. Yeah, it's not spinning that good. Okay. So even though with a 56, it just makes things go crazy. So let's go back to 42. Let's see what happened. Nope. Okay, let's try it. Press the start button. Let's bring it back down. Yeah, nothing much we could do. The best you could get is the one spin. Alright, let me go back to the menu again. Let's do this again. Let's increase this one, see if that will help. And let's leave this one back down to 30 and increase this one. Okay, so we got 30, make this 40. All right, let's try the insert coin, start the game. All right, let's see if the no trackballs feel the same. Yeah, it doesn't spin like the Glenn's spinner. So, oh well. Okay, now we need to figure out how to map the. Now we need to figure out how to use the button without use the button like the button here without using the button there. Okay, so we're gonna go to input for this game. Press B button to go in. Okay, so we are zooming too much. All right. So now the sensitivity, this game, apparently the game, by even changing the number, it did not help. So, but if you guys want to play with it, that's how you do it. You go to the analog controller. Now we're doing just for this game because I don't want to change all the game console until I know that it worked before I messed up all the controller. for 2003. Now this one have a lot of setup. So the best thing to do is to write it down, like what is what, because once you change it and you don't have the controller plug in, then your button is not going to work. So that's the thing. Okay, so how am I going to change this one? I'm going to try the button 2, and all right, let's try that. So I think you press the B button on the main controller and see what happens. Yep, okay. So I'm going to use the B button for button 2, and then also button 2 on this side. So press it again, B button. Yep, so it took both of them. Okay. Now I'm going to go down to another one, and I'm going to configure that for button 1. So since you did not see what I pressed, I'm going to show you close from this direction so you could see what I just did. So in order to configure it, you have to press the B button here to turn it on. Okay. So I'm going to press the B button. Okay. Then I'm going to press the button 1. Then I'm gonna press the B button again. Then I'm gonna press the button 1 on this side. So if you zoom in, you have 2 buttons configured, not just 1. All right, so that way, if a tempest you're playing, so you have the 1 and the 1. I mean, you got 2 of them. Let's see what the first one say. So we know what's button A. So pad 1, see, you said pad 1 is A, and pad 2 is B. Here is pad 1 is B, and pad 2 is so it's actually opposite. All right, that's fine, because I want this side to be A to shooting, and this side is for the other one. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and press B to get out here. Oh, shoot, I pressed it again. Shoot, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, well. Now I have 3 buttons the same. What I meant to do is return to... Now the return is to press A. I got it confused, I pressed the B button. But it doesn't hurt to configure the button twice. All right, so now we're going to see if we could start the game. Using the, I can zoom back out more. See if we could, I'm trying to get the controller in. See if we could get this button to work instead of using those buttons. Or either if I put more further out. Okay, so insert coin, start a game. All right, spinner working. All right, see the button is working now. Then my second button is to spiral. So now I'm using the controller. So I'm using this controller without using, see, I'm using this controller now. I'm holding it up so you guys can see this controller. And this second button is to, like this second button is to, you know, okay, so this is working. This is awesome, okay? Now, it's only going to work for this game, okay? Because I only configure for this game. All right. Nope. I have 2 players. Okay. So that's pretty cool. So we got that working. So now that's how you do the spinner. All right, so let's get out of the game. All right, that's pretty much it. That's the basic of how to configure the spinner using the Mame. Now there's another thing. Somebody showed me how do we change the language in retro. I will try that first, and if it works, I will put it on a video. So, but this video mainly is how to get this controller to work so that the button will work on this machine. And if you guys, this is your first video to watch, please check my first video, how did I hack the system, and it had all the link you need. And plus I'm using the 32 gig image, okay, and this image is very nice. I have able to increase the 32 gig to 128 or 512, depend what is your preference. And right now I'm transferring all the game that I have on this handheld because they're using the same Bartonson emulator. So I'm transferring the file over, and that's pretty cool because this one is also pretty cool, but it's a handheld. You gotta turn around, and sometimes if you hold it too long, your hand kind of get cramped because it doesn't have a little bump or a little holding like a joystick, and I prefer to have that. That's the reason I don't buy, well, actually I can't say that. I did buy a analog pocket, which is you actually play like that. But this game, when you want to play vertical, you gotta play like that too, and it does work. But this one, you just swap the screen around, and I like it. It had light up my key and everything. So hopefully that helped you guys with the set up the spinner. Now, if you want to set up for everything, you will have to go to the main one, not just, but you have to go into a game to fix it. Okay, so if I want to fix this one, it's the same thing. I will have to go into the game and do the same thing. To get this in the right resolution, you just have to push it in with two hands, push it back in, and then the screen will be back to normal. Yeah, that's all you gotta do. Okay? All right, stay tuned for the next episode about how to do the retro. Hopefully the information I got from one of the person, the YouTube viewer. It's nice to share information on YouTube. That's what I do. Whatever I could figure out, I share that information with everybody. No any special string attached. And those people who like my channel, more likely they like my information. They subscribe and they join my channel and turn on the notification. So I try to do my best to give you guys as much information I could give you, and then before I move to the next new retro system. All right, later.